Welcome to Crossover Colosseum, the show where only one can win and the fights are chosen by you. My name is Ink, and today we're looking at Captain Falcon versus Pepsiman. Or as the person who chose this fight put it, just two normal dudes with amazing soundtracks punching each other. I'm incredibly excited to get into this episode, so let's start right off with Captain Falcon from F-Zero. This series of racing games is one of the best I have ever played, and it maybe holds the title of the most difficult franchise in Nintendo history. It specializes in absurdly high speeds and high stakes for even the slightest mistake, and at the center of it all lies our fighter today, Captain Falcon. And in honor of his home franchise, I'm going to try to make this the fastest paced analysis I've ever done in either of my Versus series. That means I've got to beat the Ice Climbers analysis, which was almost exactly 2 minutes. Alright, timer set, I can do this. Speed, I am speed. Let's go. In the future, technology was freaking advanced. Instead of watching normal sports, people watched a motorsport death race called F-Zero. They built giant racetracks with almost zero barriers above their cities and risked the genuine chance that they'd be hit by a rogue supersonic rocket ship. But it was worth it to them for the sweet thrill of watching things go fast. Each racer would compete for the grand prize of $1 billion space dollars. Among these pilots was the grand champion, Captain Falcon, who was also called Douglas J. Falcon, only that source is kind of iffy. It was also called Andy Summer, who also went by Bart Lemming, and then there was also this weird puppet thing. And if we really want to split hairs, Captain Falcon is a mantle that can be passed down from person to person. So one time, Captain Falcon was actually Rick Wheeler, who's also Ryu Suzuki. When Captain Falcon isn't racing around the galaxy, he spends his time bounty hunting and knocking out fools with a simple "yeah!" And this isn't like Metroid, where Nintendo thought that being a bounty hunter just meant that you were a good-hearted space adventurer. Captain Falcon was a real true through and through criminal hunter. And not just that, but he was the best criminal hunter that there's ever been. He's brought in some of the worst criminals, using his combat abilities, the trusty gun that he never seems to use except for here, his spaceship called the Falcon Flyer, and his sheer style. He also carries dynamite and grappling spikes. His stats aren't too bad either. When the evil Black Shadow made an exact physical clone of Captain Falcon, this clone was shown to be stronger and faster than Rick. And that's saying something, since Rick can dodge bullets. Falcon isn't the only fast thing here though. His ship, the Blue Falcon, can rocket up past supersonic speeds, and it's crazy durable. It withstood a blast that did this. By measuring the destruction here, we can tell that the Blue Falcon was taking a serious hit. But while it can take strong hits one at a time, it isn't too hard to wear down its shields with weaker attacks. And once those are gone, if you ever even sneeze on it wrong, it goes kablam! But Captain Falcon wanted to push his ship further, so he took a God Nuke, attached it to his engine, and spun around with Boost Fire to become a spinning Beyblade of Death. Too bad he didn't have that when he raced Satan, God 1, God 2, and God 3. F-Zero GX was weird, y'all. And he also did a cool backflip once and saved a baby, but ripped his pants. And done. Alright. There we go. And that brings us into our next fighter, Pepsiman. You know, okay. I tried writing this analysis a few different times, but something about Pepsiman, be it his style, his music, or his sheer Pepsi power, made almost anything I wrote feel inadequate. So after some deliberation, I prepared something special for all of you. Donc, mesdames et messieurs, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that I welcome you here today. And now I invite you to relax, let us pull up a chair as Crossover Colosseum proudly presents Pepsiman. I apologize for that accent, stylish.
When the world needs some Pepsi, our brave hero jumps into action. Whether diet or cherry, you cannot go astray. When the thirst start to call, he'll come crashing through their wall. And although he's clumsy, the people love and praise. Coke and Dr. Pepper ruled the market circa 1990. The world needed a hero to restore Pepsi to their former glory. And thus, from the fever dreams of the Pepsi marketing team, Pepsiman was born. Faster than a speeding truck, more durable than a collapsing wall, and sexier than Gary Busey, Pepsiman strode the scene. Video games, commercials, and a freaky demon mouth. Pepsiman had it all. And with his trusty Pepsi-mobile, a surfboard, and the beautiful Pepsi woman, Pepsiman led Pepsi-Cola to a 16% increase in sales and ran his way into the hearts of the public. Remember, young children, you're not without protection.
I spent an embarrassing amount of time on that. But when you realize that your fighter's theme matches perfectly with the Perry the Platypus theme, it's like Uncle Ben always said, with great platyp potential comes great responsibility. But anyway, now that both of our fighters are analyzed, I need to tell you about today's sponsor. And fittingly enough, that sponsor is one of the best sodas I've ever had. The new Falcon Punch by Nintendo is genuinely everything I'm looking for in a soda, and I can't believe how easy these things are to get. These things are haphazardly placed on roads, meaning that you can get them easily on the go. I can't believe how much better this tastes than other sodas. It's like, if I were a mascot for any other soda company, I would be so embarrassed.
Show me your moves.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yes. Come on.
You got full power! Oh.
Falcon! Punch!
So, fun fact, the first time I showed this animation to my wife, she thought that something very dark was happening with those Mentos at the end. Anyway, huge thanks to everyone who worked on this. It took a lot of work to bring this one out of production hell. But if anyone were to go back and bring something from hell, it would be Captain Falcon. I mean, even if we ignore his ship altogether, and we ignore the fact that he beat the devil in a race, I still can't get over that. This is just a super tough fight for Pepsiman. Pepsiman's attack output was more than enough to splatter Captain Falcon when he's outside of his ship, and his durability was enough to be a decent challenge for Captain Falcon. But even if both of those are true, Captain Falcon is way faster, way more skilled, and he has a gun. Pepsiman might be able to keep up with the truck, but Captain Falcon is dodging bullets. Captain Falcon can fight and bring in some of the worst criminals in the galaxy, and Pepsiman struggles to deliver a Pepsi without injuring himself. And when this skill and speed is combined with the fact that Falcon can attack from a distance with a gun, Pepsiman is just in for a rough time here. Not to mention, if Falcon calls in a ship and hits Pepsiman at any point, Pepsiman is just going to splatter and die, and there's nothing he can really do about it. Pepsiman is unique in the fact that people think he has a lot of abilities and skills that he just doesn't have, like transforming people or things into Pepsi. On his wiki, it said that he could stop time, but people online have kind of just memed this character so much that there's all this false information out there about what he actually can do. And when you look at the things that he has done in official canonical material, the only thing that he can really transform into Pepsi is himself in this really niche Pepsiman merchandise. And so without those special abilities, there's just nothing that Pepsiman could do to overcome Captain Falcon. When all is said and done, Captain Falcon is the winner.